All right, it's time for a shop update. I don't know if I had another video, but before R129 is done, it's up for sale, $5,200 or best offer. And right now I've been working on the R230. So I picked this up for $1,600. Came on Neomax silvers, coilovers already. All the rest of the ABC components were installed, so I do have, I gutted them. Some of them are for sale, some of them are shipping. And right now we're in primer stages. Well, not primer, sorry, we're in stripping stages. Basically, this car had a failing, what I thought was just a failing clear coat. Actually, what it turned out to be, there was micro bubbles, porosity throughout the entire vehicle. And it was obviously most prevalent on the hood, basically on horizontal surfaces, the ones that got exposed to the sun the most. That's why I thought it was clear coat failure, but no, it was actually, this is all the way down. I mean, we're down to metal in certain areas. Here, the car's had some body work done before. Here, this is a double rebuilt title. The car's been crashed. It's from New York City. Somebody did something happened with the primer. There was a high build primer on this, and everything's off already because I do not have time to be cutting and splicing videos and editing, so I just do one takes now. But basically, there was just porosity everywhere. If you I don't know what to call it. It looks like an aero bar. If you cut it in half, there's just micro bubbles all over the place. And what it is there's moisture, some type of a failure of moisture, whether it's solvent pop or the car was wet sanded and it didn't dry out well enough before they put the base coat and the clear coat onto it. But essentially that's what happened. So, I mean, here you can see it's been filled. It's been worked over. The nice thing is that it is very, very smooth now. The entire vehicle is very flat, very smooth. Actually, and what I did too is, check this out. So I completely shaved out the rear fenders because normally they have a huge, about an inch and a quarter inch thick U-shaped lip on it. And I went Japanese VIP style on here. So I cut out the U, I put flaps in it, banged it up, welded it all. And now it's gonna get all epoxy primered. I'm just gonna douse epoxy behind there. When it's all done, cavity wax it too, so it should be good. Pulled off this spoiler too. So I really like the way these look with the spoiler on here. It's a very, very nice shape of a car in general. So here is, as I said, the car's been in a crash. I'll show you some other bad areas in a second. So I'm doing the new skirt on here. They're not too expensive. This one's been through a lot, and like you could just see it's been cracking through this filler here. It is bumpy and everything, so I'm sure it can be fixed, but for the price that these things go for on eBay, about 100 to 150 for a skirt, for an OEM one, AMG skirts, then I'm not even bothering with this. It's going to take more time and material just sticking around with it. Here's another area. So it was definitely, this is the worst part here. This crash box, I don't know what this big rail here, this is what gives stiffness to a convertible. Very big cross sections, because obviously you don't have a roof to support it in bending, so you need big cross sections on the rails through here. This has been rusted through for a long time. This was all coming through rust as well behind the seam sealer. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. But I took that down with a what do you call that thing? Wire brush. So there's some rust coming through here as well, so wire brush it. It's not all the way through, which is nice. So all of this here, they just did an ugly job with, I don't know what the hell this is, but it looks like one of those shitty wax figures. So I'm gonna just strip all this down so we can get a good surface and epoxy everything. And this I'm just gonna cut out, make a new box for it, weld it on, epoxy it, and from the inside, cavity wax the hell out of it. So that should be nice and protected for a long time. Again, I'm really happy with these coilovers. I hope these are the super lows because I plan on dumping this thing on the ground. So they got a pretty cool design here where the ball joint has a recess up there. This is about an inch or so. You know, these inner fenders that might get slaughtered and banged in as well, so I can get a maximum clearance for the tire. I'm gonna go with right now I got 20-inch AMG S63 wheels from the dynamic package. They're only a 9.5 in the rear, 8.5 in the front. But for now, they're gonna do. Eventually, I'd like to get some OE SL AMG wheels. So yeah, I mean, you could just see, like I was hammered on this thing for a long time, and I pulled off like a pound of base coat out of these valley areas. It was awful. The person who painted this before didn't do a good job. And there's some rust creeping through behind this seam sealer. So again, all of it's gonna come out. When I pulled the skirts off, there's a little bit of rust bubbling under here. So again, it's not all the way through, so that's fine. This is probably the worst part up here. So there's a hole that was made. There's these clips go in here, and looks like that rusted through. So I banged it out as best as I could, cleaned it out. I used some diamond end bits to really grind down in there. Really, the best proper way to do this is to pull this whole windshield. I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna end up breaking it. I do need a pro. For now, what we're just gonna do is just get underneath that urethane as much as possible, pick it all out, and then just do, again, epoxy in there. Probably just do some metal filler in here, because this metal's too thin for me to weld on, and again, I have no access from the backside of it. Maybe. I mean, I'm gonna have to strip this all out, but I'm pretty okay with using metal putty filler in here, and then epoxy this whole thing down. So it should be sealed as good as it can. You know what, if it comes back in 5 years or something, goddamn it, then I'm gonna take it out, strip the inside, and do this. Right now, I'm running out of time. Cold weather's coming. I gotta get this whole thing painted as soon as possible. If it's just little pieces, then we could take care of little pieces after. Yeah, I just wanted to show this. I'm real happy with these fenders. Super thin. Again, like normally, those fenders come out to like here on the inside. So that's gonna be real nice. This front bumper, again, this is all AMG style. It's just a 500, so it's an M113, not a compressor engine, but it is have the AMG kit, which is real nice. So this got all repaired. All the scratches underneath are repaired. I filled in the plate holes here. There was some plastic welding I had to do. Here, this is all cracked. This one I gotta finish out a little bit better. This was split as well. It's still a little bumpy, so I gotta take that down with an 80 grit and get it all flat, and then putty it. Side skirt's good. Again, there was a little gouge in here. That's underneath the car, doesn't matter. So it should be pretty good. I'm excited. I'm trying to hopefully paint it this weekend. We'll see how that turns out. I got a lot of dusting to do, so the whole shop is just filled with dust. But I got a pretty good extraction system. I used 2 of these fans underneath the door, and I got some makeup air coming in through here, and just creates a venturi. So that should be a nice cross breeze. Last job I did, there was very little trash in the paint, so I'm happy with that. And just a ton of stripping work. I probably got like 14 hours of stripping into this thing. The rear bumper probably needs a little bit more. And that was all machine work, so you know, I took this all off. That was all with the 6-inch DA. And now I'm going to all these little small areas underneath here that have to all get done by hand. So getting all these little nooks and crannies. So see, you can see some OEM paint or the respray over here, but that's got to get taken all down. So I don't know if you can see it, but trust me when I say it, this paint was gone, absolutely gone. Actually, here you go. I did not take this part down yet. You can see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You can see the porosity coming through here. Oh yeah, that's a good look right here. So this is, I don't know if there's any clear left on here, but it's the base at least, but the clear was basically just blistering up. So it looked like, you know, like crispy skin coming off of it. And that is in this high build primer right here. So as soon as you can see when you sand through here, you'll get into the base coat. The base coat is sanded off, and then the porosity starts here. As soon as you're past here, you're back into what appears to me as the factory finish, and then the porosity is gone. So that is my stopping point. I'm not trying to take this whole thing right down to bare metal. I don't think there's a point, because I found where that porosity issue is coming from. So stay tuned. Hopefully get this thing painted up and get it all ready for the most part. And then sit it on some wheels. I got to get tires for it. It needs a new consumer battery. Whole bunch of BS I still got to get through. But at least I'm trying to get the stand styled in. So it's a 20 by 8.5 in the front, plus 28, 20 by 9.5 in the back, plus 28. Front needs about an 8 mil spacer just to clear the big snout on the hub there, because those wheels have a center cone on them. Let's see if I can get a photo or picture of them. Bah. I can't see much. Let's see if we get. There we go. That's what these bad boys look like. So they got the big center lock ring on them. And that's what interferes with the front hub. So I said, we'll clear that. And the front is going to be real flush. The rear is going to need like a 20, 25 mil spacer. But we're going to try to get that wheel right up in here. Right up in there. With a little bit of a stretch tire. So, you know. All right. Thanks for watching. Till next time, hopefully have a car fully painted.